Good morning. Welcome to the breakfast show. My apologies for starting in late as we have a little bit of hiccup on our side. But all things being great, let's see what we have for you this morning. That's right. Now, last night we did see and I updated the members in our member section. So make sure for those of you who are member, go to our member section in here and give you a couple of ideas and what's happening to the market and what you should do within that. All right. So that's one of the privilege being a member. Now, for those of you who are in the public today, I will talk about intraday trading. That's right. Intraday trading is something that you want to be focusing in this bear market. Now let's look at what we have for you so far in our breakfast show here. All right, that's the chart, that the VSA 360, which we will look at it shortly. But let's take a look at what we have for you this morning. Right, in this session, we're going to talk about hit and run intraday strategy right now. It does make a lot of sense, especially in the bear market that we've seen so far in here. This market is not really giving many opportunities, and even holding it overnight may give you a run for problem. So you just want to hit and then you want to run, and that's what this strategy is all about, right? So you want to take very quick profits, you want to be quick on your feet, and you want to be very nimble. Of course, those of you who are watching and some of you who have been trading this probably know that, and do give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this video and do share that in your timeline. So what are the rules that we are looking for, and what are we generally be looking for, and is it supported? Right now we all know this KLSE and overall bear market continue to sell off, and even testing the 1400, which I did talk about this morning in the members club. So make sure you go over to our Telegram member chat room and talk about it, but I will give an update to our public Telegram group here. Now, all being said, the respective sector is important, so check out the VSA 360, and we're going to be looking at some of those sectors which in mind may give you an opportunity. If not, you can resort to just trading those with higher volume in here. But very important, we want to be backed by the sector in here. Right now we got all sector really falling, even with the oil and gas sector. And how does it work? We use the VSA 360 dashboard and you switching it to our Pentagon Trading intraday. Now the key to successful day trading is choosing the perfect stock setup, right? Even last week, an update to what we have, the multi-purpose MHB trade that we did. It didn't fall much, and yet this morning we'll be looking at the trade and see how bad it will pan out, or whether we will exit with a smaller profit in here. And of course, if you have any stock that you want me to take a look, do pencil those in there, and I'll be happy to take a look at them. All right. Okay, let's go on to, and if you are inexperienced in this field, can you do it? I think it can be done. All you have to do is just watch how we're doing it, get the necessary tool, and stay to the end of this talk in here. I have a special offer for you that you can sign up for our 10-day free trial and test out what you have seen in our market here. Now, of course, that will be the entry. Now, of course, our Pentagon Guider trade continued to be on. We still have one trade. Early on, I've updated the last trade that we have to cut loss was Symphony Live, which is on the 26th of May. And if you look from the chart once, the day when the market broke below the ATR stop loss, that's the one you want to be out. So MHB is still there, and as of the morning of this update, you can see market is just down 1%, and LHI being egg poultry planter, okay, egg poultry planter, that is the one that should hold up as we all talk about chicken, right? The chicken rice and the ban on the export. So all these are still giving some sort of support. As long as the share don't fall a lot, I think that's pretty good news. We can see the big sell-off, and also in this morning news on the rubber glove sector, which continue to sell off, and even Top Glove becoming what we call a penny stock. Shame, but it's true. Now, of course, our trading portfolio is the blue line in here, still continue to outperform the KLSE in here, and we are trying to stay afloat despite the big sell-off in here. But we do know when the market do turn, we probably have lots of opportunity. Now, what is our VSA 360? For those of you who are not familiar, it is really a dashboard that focuses primarily on FA and TA. If you are definitely from the FA world, fundamental analysis, this is something that is great. You can use this a lot to do stock comparison, stock rating, and sector analysis. There was one of our research which is actually done by our group here, even compared this with some of the other competitors rating, and Robie rating still stand out there, having those with 6 and 8. And check out the Wednesday night talk, which I did talk about the FA growth sectors and a couple of those 4 stocks that we have, right? And those are the one that you want to be looking at, which potentially show you growth in here. And also this morning focus is definitely intraday. Now let's take a look at the KLSE this morning in here. It is still red Pentagon, no doubt about it. You can go back to the dashboard here, still red Pentagon. And as I said before, anything that is a red Pentagon, you all know lah, right? Stay out, right? And you can see on the 16, you can blow this up a bit here, right? And you can see this market continue to give a lot of what we call challenges. Now breaking, if you go back to 1 year, which is this is all we have. If you want more detail, you can always go to the trading view chart, which is an intraday chart. So with our VSA 360 package, you have 2 charts offering, one on the VSA 360 and another one would be on the trading view for live for real-time chart. Right now you can see the market will likely to retest back the 1450 level in here. Of course, breaking through the ATR stop loss, that tells you this market will likely to go lower in here. If you all notice, we have also a new feature, which is really our so-called what we call ticker, stock ticker and stock news in here, and all these are those focus on the green Pentagon. You can see Top Glove is down 2.6%, Sedania, and the news in here are those that are in green Pentagon. So check it out in here. You can see where we have Pokong hit that one, and Pokong is still in the green Pentagon. Still in the green Pentagon. Blue still holding up, didn't sell off much this morning, continued to hold its level due to the positive news that we saw earlier on, right? In here, MRCB, another one, let's check that one, hit that one, and NRCB in here also, right? Green Pentagon, but of course with the market sell-off. So these are the stocks that potentially has green Pentagon and yet some sort of news in here. For those of you who will look at it in here, these are potentially stocks you want to look at this difficult time, and yet you can see Pokong is rated 5 out of 8. With a ROE of return of 7%, dividend one with a PE of 6. Now, if Pokong does have another good valuation to value at 10 times, this stock will definitely do well. And in times of the difficult uncertainty, gold is something people are looking for, and that's why this stock continue to hold its level. But if you look at the longer term, definitely you can see here, Pokong has a return of 83% in here, bearing in mind for the year it is pretty much in total zero return here, pretty much a zero return here. So keep in mind in that one. So all the news, you can also do a comparison with the other sectors. Pokong haven't been the best, but of course Pokong is a special hedge because it has the exposure to the gold stocks in here. Third profit is still up, whereas a lot of people are buying gold, I suppose. 5 out of 8, keep that in mind. And the second thing we want to, going back to the news that we have here earlier on, there was another piece of news which is a green Pentagon counter. All right, it's QL, so check out QL here. So this will get updated every morning. One of the real benefit in here, which is still green Pentagon, you can see all the food sectors are holding up, so makes it easier for the eye to look for this kind of stocks. One of the development that is brought in by our team here. Of course, what we were really interested is the alert centers, and so far we can see only the Sunway exit rates, which I've been talking about, it has turned green Pentagon, so hit on that one, and you can go on to exit rates in here. 1 out of 8, but Oh, and also turning green Pentagon. That's interesting. So this morning is down 1.5% despite turning green Pentagon in here. This is a play on the reopening of the economy as well as having exposure. So this is how you can do self-discovery of stocks, which is rated 5 out of 18, 5 out of 18. Main board, it's a FAD stock and it is a growth stock. So keep that in mind. This is a growth stock in here. So this is how we want to look for those shares that we have. So nothing much, as I said before, but what we are really interested is the intraday. No doubt, we go back to our dashboard here, and definitely you can see overall market in the region, everything seems to be in the red here, down 22 points. Only top gloves is rebounding. Everything is red. You can see on this side of the chart. You got the FBI, STI, and of course you can just open this again, right? Everything is on the red zone, down 1.5%. Singapore is down only minus 0.3. Hang Seng is up. Hang Seng is playing a different decoupling from the rest of the sector. 2.3% down for Nikkei. So that's which pretty much tell you the bloodbath that we are seeing right now in here. All right, and yep, Kevin has wanted me to look at Top Glove. I'll definitely comment on the Top Glove in here. Now take note, Top Gloves has becoming a penny stocks, so eventually it will become very, very volatile. Now you can see right now in here, Top Glove is down 2.6%. It has fallen a lot more, and don't play your hopes until you see green Pentagon for any of the stocks that you see in here. And for those of you who want the VSA 360 as a 10-day free trial with training, stay on to the end in here. All right, so that was the other one we want to look at is the strong and weak sector. All right, the strong and weak sector in here. It's always good to have some sort of a diagnosis in here, and we only have plantation. All right, let's wait for plantation. All right, in here, plantation, and okay, we have this. Okay, let's look at the 6 months. The charts is something not correct here. Right, and our technology is fine. You got KL Wealth. Let's do one more time for plantation. Yes. Okay, the 3 months is up. You can see plantation is still pretty much in a downtrend, but the relative volume was slow. But again, we use the ATR stop loss. When the market broke through the ATR stop, even you have a green Pentagon in here, because the red Pentagon will not be triggered unless you have some sort of a volume in here. So right now, this market continue to go towards to the downside in here. So the ATR stop loss is something you want to watch out for. So other than that, pretty much everything is in red. Right, so there's not really much of the hot sectors. If you can see, the closest one that we will have will probably be with a slightly percentage will be REITs, followed by technology, but technology has turned red Pentagon already. The strength that it tried to stay up, but then taking a toll from the US market in here, everything is looking on the downside. So a couple of comments are given on the members chat. Look into that for some what to do next, and how you should treat this market going forward. All right. Now, so we've done that one pretty much. Let's go on to the next sector. Now, the hit and run for beginner make easier is basically to research up your stock setup. All right, and for us, many of us, we use the VSA sign or strength, SOS sign or strength in here. And right now, we are recommending the uptake of the uptrust in here. I know it's going to be difficult in here, so you can actually, meanwhile, while this market is really, you can do a lot of paper trading in here, deciding that the entry using the intraday on a weekly chart. Now there are a couple of stocks in here I just want to share with you after when we finish in here. We want to take a look at also those uptrusts. All right, you can execute your trade using a broker discount in here. There are many of them. Check out the UOB, you can check out the Rakuten, check out the CGS discount in here. But very important is to manage your profit and loss. So I keep your profit and loss to a daily, keeping in mind very small profit target. It's hit and run, right? You want, once you have a little bit of profit, you might want to just go and cut loss if the trade does not keep that in mind, and keep that in your trading journal. Especially right now in this market, we have a bear market in here, so a lot of the thoughts that go through in your mind must be updated. So when you look back 3 to 4 months later, many of these on will really make sense. Again, be disciplined to keep the trading and be patient. Now remember, bear market don't last forever, right? But good and tough people last. Okay, you need to be that tough people to last through this bear market in here. And as I said before, right, once we have some sort of direction on the inflation rate that we see in here, and the market will resort back. But let's see what's coming out from the US tonight, and pending on news, I will keep our members watch out for the market as we go ahead. Now, the day trading with VSA 360 in here, what we want to look for is the OTUT, uptake of the uptrust. Now, you want to exit if we close lower than entry. That's important. That means the sign of strength has failed. The VSA 360 has this alert in our intraday there, and we have tested a lot in here. So even right now, a lot of trades doesn't work. You need to stay out. You can just do paper trading or do some back testing. So when the market is there with our VSA 360 and hourly Pentagon Guider charts, you are able to see ahead. All right, now let's take a look at our 10th of June, which is last Friday, where we did that trade. I think we did the multi MPHP using the stock screener in here. So when we do that, we go over to our premium menu and we go to our intraday alert. All right, you can see today as of 10 o'clock, there's nothing. Everything is falling right now. We know everything is falling in here. There's nothing much that is alert, because these are real time, and you can see this is definitely one of the benefit. If you are not using a real time intraday, then check out our VSA 360 free trial to give it a test run together with the training in here. All right, you can see last week, you can click on this button up here, you can see here, and we're going to track back to 1 week ago, and this was precisely what we were looking last Friday. All right, 922, Plentitude, MP Cap, Pet Duck, and all these stocks in here. So this were the stocks, and it did came out around 9:30. All right, so here were the stocks, and the multi-person, we were here. All right, so you can see even this stock, when we took up the uptrust in here, they will try to test back. Actually, I put in the profit target at 3% at 156. It only went up to 158. Let me just show you what I mean here. Okay, so you can see here, let me just text cam in here, MPHP. All right, MPHP here. You can see this stock is still holding up. Today is the 17th. There's nothing traded. All right, nothing. Yeah, it's 148 and 150. You can see 148 and 150. So the bid ask is pretty high. So no one is making out in this in here. You can see 12,090 and 12,050 in here. So this stock in generally, it means it's holding up. Okay, and the other stock we had was Plentitude. Okay, which the stocks that we look at in here. Give it a try. And last Friday, on the 3rd of June, was this. This was the 9th of 10th of June. That's right, 10th of June. This was the 10th of June in here. The market did close back up to this level in here, but subsequently we didn't like this. Remember, I talked about it because the trade didn't have the kind of setup. That's why I said before, it's important you pick the perfect stock trade setup, and this is something that we teach in our masterclass and also in our day-to-day kind of trading concept in here. So right now there is none for this one, and also there's another stock called Petronas, PACDAC, I think. Let me go into the stocks. Okay, and okay. Oh, I have this. It's not, the slide is not coming out. Okay, never mind. We can go to the VSA 360 here. All right, so you can see PACDAC. Yes, PACDAC was the other stocks that we are looking at. So let's take a look at PACDAC. And you can see PACDAC was on the 10th. Again, we didn't trade this stock because intraday trading is primarily focused a lot on the penny stock, but above the, you know what price? The 47 cents. That's right. So that was the 10th 10 was here, it didn't make up, and that trade did not validate that trade. But again, we picked the right one. It didn't fall much. Okay, let's see right now. The last closing was 151, still trading in here. No trades has been done, so that tells you this stocks has no seller to the downside, and that's really why we recommend the perfect stock setup. Overtake the UT. All right, now make sure you get the overtake the UT in there, and that's the one that we have. All right, so that's on the side of the stocks that we just talked about in here, right? And the whole trade stock idea, I said before, is fishing for a trade in here. If there's no fishing, then don't do anything. So during a bearish month, okay, you want to do a lot of hit and run right now. You want to exit 1 or 2 bars. If we can find any, we will do it. And of course, I've just talked about in here, the criteria is no difference from what we said earlier. You need to have very quick and very fast, nimble in here, right? So for those of you who have a bit of time, you want to think about intraday trade, use the intraday VSA 360 in here. And a lot of objective is really looking for stocks that has very good volume, good price action in here around the 47 cents, 3 to 4% daily and less. And of course, you can also run this in here. Of course, this coming Monday, we will run our 20 days live trading challenge, and this will be very interesting to share the result to the public and those of you listening for after we complete our 20-day result, how well they fare during this bear market. All right, so something to be interested. Now this morning, let's look at what we have. As I said before, whether we have any trades on the intraday. So usually we will just go back to, we close this one, close this, and we close this one. So we go to a premium alert, and this morning, unfortunately, intraday alert did not have anything, all zero. So just nothing to trade. All right, so that's how intelligent our VSA 360 to able to share with you this one here. All right, TP, nothing to trade. So in this session, we already learned hit and run session. All right, if there's something to trade, you trade. If you don't, then you don't. The key to success is perfect the stock setup. Just like the 3 example, very quickly I share with you. MPHP, we did that trade. I'm looking to exit maybe today, probably, but the volume, there's no taker, I would probably say. And the other one was Plentitude. Remember, there were a lot of ticks on the left hand side, not the perfect, and we don't trade that. The other one was PetDuck, and PetDuck is over $20. You don't do intraday trading with $22 in here. All right, so that's one key there. If you're inexperienced in this, continue to use the VSA and continue to follow us. And of course, for those of you who are ready, and some of you did ask me, Kelvin, for VSA 360, you can check out our 10-day trial for QR code, or if you're interested, then you can sign up for our VSA 360 for our 12-month combo package for 2688. All right, check it out in here. And of course, we are very proud as we have more than 400 plus giving us a 4.8 review in the major review of Google Play Store. So we are standby in what we do here in Trade VSA and all the products that you see here. All right, on Monday will be our plugin. And of course, those of you who are professional chasing your 10-point CPE, we will be doing this on the 7th of July. The early bird still on until 30th of June. There will be 4888 if you need the 10 points in here. So go to the tradevsa.com workshop and find out more. All right, and of course, our masterclass continue on with Dr. Gary joining us last Saturday. We will have another one in the coming month of July, and this is definitely one of our so-called flagship program that to train all of you to do the necessary in here. All right, let's take a look at some of the yes, Don, thanks a lot. Okay, let's take a look at the stocks that we have inside here. And we have A Health. One of the members was asking for A Health. Apex. All right, now if you look at Apex, just turn red Pentagon in here. Do be careful. As I said before, you can always turn on your ATR stop loss, and should it break below the ATR stop loss, okay, then that's the one you have to be very, very careful. So right now you have an ATR stop loss, so that's your first sign. Okay, so first sign, make sure it doesn't break below. Other than that, you can hold it. Again, lots of resistance. That's why we have this so-called peak and valley, which I explained in here. And you could see it did turn green Pentagon, but the sell-off that we saw yesterday wasn't that good. There was a 2-bar. Right now, you can see 285, 281, similar story to the multi-purpose. Remember, these are the kind of stocks that don't will hold up in the bear market, but that's why we are seeing in here. Of course, you got another members of the public is asking about Top Glove. I think Top Glove is fairly easy to explain. Now, I did told the members and those of you who's watching to switch to a weekly chart. You have to watch the weekly chart. It has been down for since April. We can see, right, a lot of huge selling in here. Table tahan sell from 170 right to penny stock. This is actually panic selling in here. So you have to wait. If you're longer term, this is still pretty good to hold, you know, having the what we call competitive edge in the whole rubber glove sectors. It's just that the overwhelming news that you hear, the ASP, the average selling price, the competitors, and also what the analyst is saying on the newspaper that you see in Star, that is overwhelming in here. I still have some rubber glove. No doubt I haven't disposed all my rubber glove because I think rubber glove is a special unique in here, but let take its time in here. And of course, those of you who want to trade this in the shorter term, avoid until you see green Pentagon. That's my advice to in here. And if you need to cut, you have to cut, because going forward it's all going to be in here. So that's why education is important, especially this bear market. Those of you who wanted to learn more, and we continue to share what we think is like. So we got a couple of stocks in here. If we have A Health, Top Glove. All right, so if there's no, all right, don't forget to join us and give us a review on Google Play Store and Apple Play Store in here. And don't forget to smash that YouTube for our Trade VSA channel. All our video will be archived there, so you can re-watch it later in here. And do join our Trade VSA Telegram stock chat room in here for all information, and do share that with your friends. Thank you again. Thank you all. And okay, we got Kevin for the last stock is DKSH. DKSH has again broken down. The red Pentagon is in the yellow trend zone, so it's looking to trend down, but you do have a support here. Oh no, this is DKSH Malaysia, not the Switzerland one. So DKSH, no doubt about it, you can see green Pentagon but no follow through, right? As I said before, similar to Apex, similar to those financial sectors and those that are economic recovering. This stock was slightly to hang on sideways. Of course, let's take a look at the dividend. Whether DKSH, this is where you want to turn to the FA analysis. 7 out of 8. Hey, it doesn't get better than this. It's a long-term stock, so generally I would hold it this level in here. PE, pay a 2.3% in here, so that's pretty good. You got a good safety margin, 7 out of 8, you can see, and that's what I really like about it. So they are in the provision of market services in here, and this is the stocks that we see, so that looks pretty good. And of course, check out the overall performance. The last 3 years performance is good. This year is a -7%, and if the second half of the year, I think we do see recovery, so you're going for average return. This is a long-term stocks, all right, for those of you who is looking at Kevin. And of course, this stock itself, holding it has been pretty volatile. Looking on Show Me the Money, holding it over the last 6 years, 10-year invested will yield you only 11,000, because it did drop back to 5,000, almost losing 50% in here. So this stock, again, it's something you have to be very careful. But right now, with the it's a dividend play. Put it in mind, okay? Okay, thank you for, if there's no more stock, I'll see you guys on Monday for the breakfast show with Smart Robie. And I'll conclude here. Thank you again, and I'll give you an update on the podcast later. Bye-bye.